What's good, family, and aloha from Oahu. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it because today's supposed to be day 19 of 30 days sober. But unfortunately, today was actually is actually my birthday, August 16th, and so the 19th should be, I believe, the 9th. Yeah, so I'm a week behind. I do apologize, but I think with my knee kind of took me out and I wasn't able to catch up because of charging and yeah, the complications with that. So I apologize if I'm speeding things up, but I am gonna just cover up the whole week all the way till the 15th and then I'll share what I did for my birthday and kind of what you guys could expect. So yeah, this goal was to get me to a point where I can be sober, completely sober by my daughter's birthday. Obviously, there was going to be some bumps in the road because it's kind of, in a sense, unrealistic for me to be completely sober throughout this process. But however, this will actually be the longest I've actually been sober from weed. So I started smoking weed back in 2018 and kind of never stopped until recently, and this is the longest. So I do see that as an accomplishment with the start of this journey. But unfortunately, earlier this week, I ended up folding with alcohol. I had a friend that I met up with who we've only linked up one time before this, and so that was when we were drinking and doing karaoke. And so I think one of the things that we both came to like a agreement with is because I obviously wasn't peer pressured. I was actually just going through the mental shit that you go through when it comes to a physical, when you like, I was going through it with my knee. And so one thing that I wanted to do was kind of just, I guess, numb the pain, and I did it with alcohol. But let me explain and be real with y'all. The alcohol we chose was sake, all right? And it's not the best thing for me to, be upfront with y'all about this, but I'm just being real. I don't want to hide my ups and downs when it comes to the sobriety journey. But yeah, we drank 3 bottles of sake, and the reason why we picked sake is because I don't know if you guys watched that Netflix documentary about the Blue Zones, which is the most centurions, and Okinawa happens to be one of them. So they have one of the most centurions, and one of the things that they benefit off of when it comes to their everyday living was drinking sake. So that's why, although it was a fold in my sobriety, when it comes to drinking, we picked the better options of alcohol, right? So obviously that was a very big down in my sobriety journey. And then so yeah, but I wanted to share a lot of the ups because of the guilt I felt. So earlier this week, because I folded on that, I just felt very guilty about it. And so what I did is do as much positive things to help me set up for after these 30 days. So after the 30 days, I'm just gonna go into like my day-to-day struggles and kind of things that I go through out here while I'm going through sobriety. And so yeah, I'm one of those guys who likes to have significance with the dates. So unfortunately, that was a date that was like on the 9th, like earlier this week. So to me, I wanted to make it more significant for me. And so I took a bottle of Henny yesterday on the 15th. Yeah, and my last cigarette. So yeah, with that being said, I decided to start, quitting 3 things for my birthday. But let me go through my week first, and then I can express that, okay? So the ups that I had is I took, I out of the 6 services that I'm supposed to take to help reunification with my daughter, I actually did 4 of them this week. So I planned out my psychological evaluation, which is on October 2nd. I also planned out my UA for Hinamoka, which will be following this week. I think it's Monday, but unfortunately, because the date doesn't work out because of work, I'm gonna have to switch it up. So I gotta change it up, but I want to be able to probably do Thursday, which is, I think the 19th on Wednesday. So right after the 19th, that's 30 days. So I'm hoping just to, piss and hopefully everything comes out clear, which I feel like it will, because I haven't smoked for the last 27 days. So yeah, when it comes to the 30 days, I'm hoping, because I've been working out, doing sauna sessions and steam room, that I just clear out the UA, and so it'll show proof in how disciplined I was in that. But yeah, so that's a high. So I did those 2 services. Another service that I took on was my parenting conference. I had that earlier this week, which was on Tuesday, and had my first parenting conference. I also had met with another service, which was, I think, it's a part of the parenting conference, but I met up with the lady that helps me do check-ins on me. So she just wants to make sure she gauges like my process and my progress throughout this my services. So, and then the last 2, I believe it's anger management, and then one more, I forget what it is, but yeah. So I did 4 out of the 6 when it comes to like scheduling it and down, and also taking a couple of the services and starting them. So those are all pluses. I also went and got me an early birthday gift and got me a uke. I went to the Aloha Stadium, went to the swap meet, and if you've never been there, it's one of the best places to get deals in, but they're only open on certain days. So yeah, I was able to do that. That way it can help with my getting me creative with music, and also just help me with filling the void of doom scrolling, because that's one of the things that I have issues with. Another positive is that because of the donations, I was able to extend my 24-hour fitness for another year. So that was $311. I was able to open an account earlier in the week with First Hawaiian, so more of a local now. But yeah, I was able to open up an account and then also set up that account to take out the 311. So appreciate everybody who donated for my birthday, and just to help me push along while I'm doing this journey. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate that, because that's not something I asked for. So I love and appreciate y'all for that, because it went to a good cause. And also, one thing I noticed about everyday struggles is my hygiene. So just that's one thing that I know about my where a lot of my money goes, is to restocking up on hygiene, because it's expensive out here. Other than that, with food, I got EBT for that. But yeah, so those are all pluses for throughout the week. What else did I do? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And so, like I said, because I'm big on dates, and because today's my birthday, probably upload this hopefully by tonight. If not, I'll upload it by tomorrow morning. But yeah, we just went through a hurricane, and y'all don't hear any wind right now, but earlier today was blowing. And another down was that my tent blew away. So yeah, I'm kind of like tentless right now. But the benefit of it is that I think we're through with it. And so yeah, that was a little bit about today that kind of like put a damper in the day, just trying to find ways to like cope with the weather. Fortunately, I was able to get a workout in today. I was able to go to Starbucks, and at Starbucks I was able to meet Max Holloway, so I was able to take a picture with him on my birthday, which was great. I didn't even know like he was out here, but I forget that Max Holloway's from Waianae, so it's no surprise that I ran into him. But on my birthday though, that was like God-given, so I appreciate that. Yeah, what else did I do for my birthday? Oh yeah, so I met the Uso through YouTube. He ended up messaging me, telling me that he lives across the street from where I'm staying, and we ended up linking up earlier in the week, last week, or this past week, and we had a Kava session. So that's a plus, is because I have a community of guys that I met and was able to share Kava with. They also support the journey, obviously, because he follows the journey. And so I just been really appreciative of him and his family, because they made my birthday really special. We had another Kava session tonight, so I'm a little cut right now because we had that Happy Warrior Kava. If you never had it, that's one of the strongest ones out here in Hawaii, and a lot of people love Happy Warrior. So if you ever want to try Kava, try Happy Warrior, because it's really good. It's really strong, is what I should say. So drink responsibly with that. But yeah, I just appreciate the Uso. His name is Ray Boy. Well, Ray, but call him Ray Boy. And then him and his wife and then their 4 kids. You know, they've just been very open and loving and just checking in on me. And I didn't really know how much I needed that. And so I just appreciate their ability to just, they sang me happy birthday, gave me a gift. And so yeah, today was just really beautiful. I couldn't imagine my birthday any better than today and what we did today. So man, I appreciate him and his family, because they gave me a gift. And yeah, this is one of my weaknesses, is chocolate chip. And they gave me 2 of these bangs, all right, with some chocolate chip cookies, bro. I guess his wife does baking. So if you don't know, this is the company. This is a side hustle, and so man, check them out. If you're in the area, check them out. But yeah, those are a lot of the highs for today. Like I said, one of the lows is because I drank earlier in the week, I wanted to make it more significant with the date, so I ended up drinking a bottle of Henny yesterday by myself. And so I think between now and my daughter's birthday, I'm gonna actually end up fasting. So I'm gonna try to finish this tonight, and then start my fast tomorrow all the way through my daughter's birthday. Because if you guys didn't know, if you guys are quitting some things, one of the best ways to start that mental preparation is a fast. Because you know, food is kind of like the one thing that steers my emotional wheel. And so when I cut out the food, it actually helps me cut out a lot of other things. Like it helps with, you know, my vices. So with that being said, the 3 things I wanted to quit for my birthday was alcohol for sure, nicotine. So I had my last cigarette yesterday, and then porn. So fortunately for me, porn is not really the issue anymore, because I've been practicing a lot of semen retention throughout the years. So I can count with like both hands how many times I've really kind of pushed that issue. So yeah, those are 3 things that I wanted to quit for my birthday, and then make this a year thing. But after the 30th day, I wanted you guys to know like kind of what you can expect. And that's what you can expect, is me talking about my day-to-day struggles, and then also some of the things that you know, I experience while I'm out here. A lot of the people that I've talked to, and kind of go through some of my day-to-day experiences and some of my conversations with some of the people out here, because I have some really good conversations, very profound conversations with those who are out here. Because you know, a lot of people struggle with ice out here. There's a lot of other drugs out there. Oh, that's another plus, is I ended up going to a place where they call it the game room. So if you guys are not really familiar with Hawaii is actually known for a lot of these game rooms, and the locals know them like better than like anybody would know. And so a lot of these houses and have like these game room setups, and what these game rooms are like casinos, like mini casinos where they have these virtual games, and your money that you put in is kind of what your bullets are. I'm not going to be too specific on the details, but if you kill something, you end up winning whatever that amount is for killing that thing, and there's a multiplier with this. So yeah, it's a quick way for people to make cash, but it's also a quick way for people to lose a lot of cash, you know. You win some, you lose some type deal. I'm actually fortunately to be up because I only like go to these places to help try to get a quick come up on my money, which is not a good thing because, you know, I'm kind of banking on luck a lot. But they have a lot of promos, and they have tournaments that way, you know, you have a better chances of winning and not spending too much on gambling. And unfortunately, yeah, that's one of the things that I ended up saying I was going to give up, as well as because, you know, when you bet on money that you really don't have, that's what sets me back, because yeah, it's just money I need. And so fortunately for me, yesterday was a tournament, and so it was like a $5 tournament, and I told myself that would be the last tournament and last time I go to the game room. However, I was able to meet somebody there because I didn't win the damn tournament, but I want a connection that will help me get more of a solid job, hopefully within the next week, because he's really connected. And so that was a plus with going to the game room, was meeting this person. So it was like, happened to be on my birthday too, like earlier this morning. Like I said, we've been dealing with a hurricane, so a lot of different, I'm surprised that there's light right here because there's been a power outage out here. And so there's a lot of places that still have no power in their houses. But like for instance, my boys that we went to go do Kava at, but we were able to work it out because he has a generator. And so those are just things that you would need while you're here on island. If you don't have a generator, there's so many times where storms or floods happen, winds blow and power goes out. And so you know, it's always good to have a generator in hand just in case things do go down. And so yeah, we were able to have light, and then just great jam sessions with everybody. They're very talented with their voices, so it was really good to have that experience for my birthday. And like I said, I appreciate him and his family. But with that being said, yeah, that's today's update with my birthday, and then also throughout the week, because I don't have time to really post my day-to-day for the week, so forgive me for that. But like I said, man, I'm just trying to roll with the punches. I'll be more, once I update this, I should be up to date with my day-to-day. And I feel like because I was emotionally attached to my traumas and it was hard for me to kind of get it out. I kind of delayed the process a little bit while my leg was healing. And so yeah, that's not something that I planned on, but that's why I wanted to speed up the week. And yeah, if y'all have any questions or concerns, I appreciate every comment that's come through. I've read most of them. It's just I haven't been able to respond because it just takes a lot of my energy, physically and virtually, because my phone. But yeah, 36 now. I was able to get in touch with a couple of my family members that I've been out of touch with because they've reached out for my birthday. And so yeah, one of the things I wanted to share about my daughter is I feel like the best thing for us is that I put her in a position to be adopted by one of my siblings, and it's one that she really loves and trusts, and that's the one she's named after, which is my second oldest sister, the fourth in line, second Libra. My daughter's middle name is actually named after her middle name, and so it just happens to be the same name that her mom's mom, her grandma on her mom's side, has. So that's Fortino, And 14 has a really deep meaning in Samoan culture, like connected to a strong woman who has a lot of influence in the family and very traditionally sound. So it just goes to show that my daughter, you know, names have energy, and obviously my daughter carries out a lot of what her name brings to her energy. So yeah, I mean, I think that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, man, leave them in the comments. If you are just in support of the journey and just want to shoot a little share a comment, I advise to do so. I'll read them. I'll do better at responding to a lot of the comments. But yeah, man, if not, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, share love, and if at the very least, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for a great birthday. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, and aloha and mahalo from Oahu. Yes, sir.
So if you wanna roll the weed, please just roll it slowly, please. I don't want the ganja to go slow, but I want the ganja to burn slow. So if you got another round, go yes or no and pass it down. Not on the yes, the right hand side, but yes or no, the left hand side. So if you're thinking too much, then don't think at all. Please don't ever, ever break the law. So yes, I know you got to understand. Keep the beat up on the left hand. So if you're thinking yes, then know a little. So come and smoke a little more. And if you know you don't feel good, make the cover in the hood. So if you know you want to go,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
come
sir.
drink some cover, have a ball.
Yeah.
And if you drink it hella slow, you ain't gonna wanna drink no more.
Nah.
You got to drink it fast, my bro, and drink it so you will not know how fast the cover flows to you. And now you know we going to school. People, they hating this, they never celebrating, so I celebrate for myself. They always hating, so I'm hating too. So, but I keep to myself. So tell me, when we going to cruise? When's the next time we be linking, dude? Cause I'm trying to drink that Kava, you know that Kava got you feeling cool. Let's go.